051. Latin.
Deo confidimus.
Translation, In God we trust. Notes, motto of Somerset College, Queensland, Australia. 052. Latin.
Deo domuique.
Translation, For God and for home. Notes, motto of Methodist Ladies College, Melbourne. 053. Latin.
Deo et patriae.
Translation, For God and country. Notes, motto of Regis High School in New York City, United States. 054. Latin.
Deo gratias.
Translation, Thanks to God. Notes, a frequent phrase in the Roman Catholic liturgy, used especially after the recitation of a lesson, the last gospel at Mass or as a response to haec missa est or benedicamus Domino.
注：罗马天主教礼仪中的一个常用短语，特别是在朗诵圣经、弥撒中的最后福音，或作为对 haec missa est 或 benedicamus Domino 的回应之后使用。
055. Latin.
Deo juvante.
Translation, With God's help. Notes, motto of Monaco and its monarch, which is inscribed on the royal arms.
注：摩纳哥及其君主的格言，刻在皇家纹章之上。
056. Latin.
Deo non fortuna.
Translation, By God, not fortune or luck. Notes, motto of the Epsom College in Surrey, England. 057. Latin.
Deo optimo maximo.
Translation, To the best and greatest God. Notes, derived from the pagan Jupiter optimo maximo, to the best and greatest Jupiter. Printed on bottles of Benedictine liqueur.
注：源自非基督教的
Jupiter optimo maximo.
致最好和最伟大的朱庇特，印在郎酒酒瓶上。
058. Latin.
Deo patriae litteris.
Translation, For God, country, and learning. Notes, motto of Scotch College, Melbourne. 059. Latin.
Deo regi vicino.
Translation, For God, king and neighbor. Notes, motto of Bromsgrove School, England. 060. Latin.
Deo volente.
Translation, God willing. Notes, this was often used in conjunction with a signature at the end of letters. It was used in order to signify that, God willing, this letter will get to you safely, God willing, the contents of this letter come true.
注：这通常与信件末尾的签名结合使用，用来表示愿上帝保佑这封信将安全送达您，愿上帝保佑这封信的内容成真。
As an abbreviation, simply DV, it is often found in personal letters, in English, of the early 1900s, employed to generally and piously qualify a given statement about a future planned action, that it will be carried out, so long as God wills, see James chapter 4. The motto of Southern Illinois University Carbondale.
作为缩写，简称 DV， 它经常出现在1900年代早期的个人英文信件中，用于普遍而虔诚地认定一项约定的陈述，即只要符合神的旨意，那么所计划的未来行动将得到执行。见雅各书第4章。南伊利诺伊大学卡本戴尔分校的校训。
061. Latin.
Descensus in cuniculi cavum.
Translation, The descent into the cave of the rabbit. Notes, Down the rabbit hole. See Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
注：掉进兔子洞，参见爱丽丝梦游仙境。
062. Latin.
Desiderantes meliorem patriam.
Translation, They desired a better land. Notes, from Hebrews chapter 11 line 16. Adopted as the motto of the Order of Canada.
注：出自希伯来书第11章第16行，被采纳为加拿大勋章的标语。
063. Latin.
Des caritas est.
Translation, God is love. Notes, from First Epistle of John chapter 4 line 8.
注：出自《若望一书》第4章第8行。
064. Latin.
Deus ex machina.
Translation, a god from a machine. Notes, from the Greek. A contrived or artificial solution, usually to a literary plot. Refers to the practice in Greek drama of lowering by crane, the machine, an actor playing a god or goddess onto the stage to resolve an insuperable conflict in the plot. The device is most commonly associated with Euripides.
注：源自希腊语，人为设计的解决方案，通常针对文学情节，指希腊戏剧中用起重机将扮演神或女神的演员降到舞台上，以解决情节中无法克服的冲突的做法。该设备通常与欧里庇得斯联系在一起。
065. Latin.
Deus lux mea est.
Translation, God is my light. Notes, the motto of the Catholic University of America, Washington, D.C.
注：华盛顿特区美国天主教大学的校训。
066. Latin.
Deus meumque ius.
Translation, God and my right. Notes, the principal motto of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. See also.
D.M.S. droit.
注：苏格兰里共济会的主要标语。另见
D.M.S. droit.
067. Latin.
Deus nobis haec otia fecit.
Translation, God has given us these days of leisure. Notes, motto of the city of Liverpool, England.
注：英国利物浦市的标语。
068. Latin.
Deus nolens exitus.
Translation, get results, whether God likes it or not. Notes, literally, results, God unwilling. Can also be rendered as Deus nolens exitus.
注：字面意思为 results, God unwilling， 也可以呈现为 Deus nolens exitus。
069. Latin.
Deus otiosus.
Translation, God at leisure. 070. Latin.
Deus spes nostra.
Translation, God is our hope. Notes, the motto of Sir Thomas de Boteler, founder of Boteler Grammar School in Warrington in 1526. 071. Latin.
Deus vult.
Translation, God wills it. Notes, the principal slogan of the Crusades. Motto of Bergen Catholic High School in New Jersey, United States.
注：十字军东征的主要口号，美国新泽西州卑尔根天主教高中的校训。
072. Latin.
Dicebamus esterna di.
Translation, as we were saying yesterday. Notes, attributed to Fray Luis de Leon, the beginning of his first lecture after resuming his professorship at Salamanca University following 4 years of imprisonment by the Inquisition.
注：被认为出自于修道士路易斯·德莱昂，这是他在被宗教裁判所监禁4年后，恢复了在萨拉曼卡大学教授职位后的第1场讲座的开场语。
073. Latin.
Dictatum erat.
Translation, as previously stated. Notes, a recent academic substitution for the spacious and inconvenient phrase, as previously stated. Literally, has been stated. Compare also, dicta prius, literally, said previously.
注：最近学术界对 as previously stated 这个宽泛且不方便的短语进行了替换。字面意思 has been stated。参见 dicta prius 字面意思 said previously。
074. Latin.
Dicto simpliciter.
Translation, from a maxim, simply. Notes, that is, from a rule without exception. Short for a dicto simpliciter, the a is often dropped because it is confused with the English indefinite article. A dicto simpliciter occurs and an acceptable exception is ignored or eliminated.
注：即来自无一例外的规则。 Addicto simpliciter 的缩写，其中 a 经常被删除，因为它与英语不定冠词相混淆。当可接受的异常被忽略或消除时，就会出现 dicto simpliciter。
For example, the appropriateness of using opiates is contingent on suffering extreme pain. To justify the recreational use of opiates by referring to a cancer patient or to justify arresting said patient by comparing him to the recreational user would be a dicto simpliciter.
例如，使用阿片类药物的适当性取决于遭受极度疼痛。通过提及癌症患者来证明阿片类药物的娱乐性使用是正当的，或者通过将它与娱乐性使用者进行比较来证明逮捕该患者是正当的，这将是一种 dicto simpliciter。
075. Latin.
Dictum factum.
Translation: What is said is done. Notes: Motto of United States Navy Fighter Squadron VF 194.
注：美国海军 VF-194 战斗机中队的队训。
076. Latin.
Dictum meum pactum.
Translation: My word is my bond. Notes: Motto of the London Stock Exchange.
注：伦敦证券交易所的标语。
077. Latin.
Diem perdidi.
Translation: I have lost the day. Notes: From the Roman Emperor Titus. Recorded in the biography of him by Suetonius in Lives of the 12 Caesars.
注：出自罗马皇帝提图斯。苏埃托尼乌斯在罗马12帝王传中记载了他的传记。
078. Latin.
Dies irae.
Translation: Day of Wrath. Notes: Reference to the Judgment Day in Christian eschatology. The title of a famous medieval Latin hymn by Tommaso da Celano in the 13th century and used in the Requiem Mass.
注：参考基督教末世论中的审判日。托马索·达塞拉诺在13世纪创作的一首著名的中世纪拉丁赞美诗的标题，并在安魂弥撒中使用。
079. Latin.
Dies non juridicum.
Translation: Day without judiciary. Notes: Days under common law, traditionally Sunday, during which no legal process can be served and any legal judgment is invalid. The English Parliament first codified this precept in the reign of King Charles II.
注：普通法规定的日子传统上是星期天，在此期间不能提供法律程序，任何法律判决都无效。英国议会在查理2世国王统治时期首次编纂了这条戒律。
080. Latin.
Dies tenebrosa sicut nox.
Translation: A day as dark as night. Notes: First entry in Annals Cambriae, for the year 447.
注：公元447年，首次出现在 Annals Cambriae 中。
081. Latin.
Dirigo.
Translation: I direct. Notes: In classical Latin, I arrange. Motto of the state of Maine, United States, based on a comparison of the state to the star Polaris.
注：在古典拉丁语中，表示 I arrange。美国缅因州的格言，基于该州被比作北极星。
082. Latin.
Disaliter visum.
Translation: It seemed otherwise to the gods. Notes: In other words, the gods have ideas different from those of mortals, and so events do not always occur in the way persons wish them to. Virgil, Aeneid, Book 2 line 428. Also confer, man proposes and God disposes, and, my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, Isaiah chapter 55, line 8-9.
注：换句话说，神的想法与凡人的想法不同，因此事件并不总是按照人们希望的方式发生。出自维吉尔的《埃涅阿斯纪》第2卷第428行。另参见人提议，上帝处置和我的想法不是你的想法，你的方式也不是我的方式。出自以赛亚书第55章第8至第9行。
083. Latin.
Dis manibus sacrum.
Translation, sacred to the ghost gods. Notes, refers to the manes, that is, Roman spirits of the dead. Loosely, to the memory of. A conventional pagan inscription preceding the name of the deceased on his tombstone, often shortened to dis manibus, D.M., for the ghost gods. Preceded in some earlier monuments by hic situs est, H.S.E., he lies here.
注指的是 manes， 即罗马死者的灵魂，可大致理解为 to the memory of。墓碑上死者姓名前的传统非基督教铭文，通常缩写为 dis manibus, D.M. for the ghost gods。在一些较早的纪念碑中，有
Hic situs est, HSE.
开头 he lies here。
084. Latin.
Disce aut discede.
Translation, learn or depart, or learn or leave. Notes, motto of Royal College, Colombo and of King's School, Rochester. 085. Latin.
Disce ut semper victurus, vive ut cras moriturus.
Translation, learn as if you will live forever, live as if you will die tomorrow. Notes, first seen in Isidoro de Sevilla.
注最早见于圣伊西多禄。
086. Latin.
Discendo dissimus.
Translation, while learning we learn. Notes, see also docendo.
注另见 docendo。
087. Latin.
Dissere facendo.
Translation, learn by doing. Notes, motto of California Polytechnic State University, California, United States.
注美国加州州立理工大学校训。
088. Latin.
Disiecta membra.
Translation, scattered limbs. Notes, that is, scattered remains. Paraphrased from Horace, Satires, where it is written disiecti membra pote.
注即散落的遗骸。改写自赫拉斯的讽刺诗集，原始出处为 disiecti membra pote。
089. Latin.
Ditat Deus.
Translation, God enriches. Notes, motto of the state of Arizona, United States, adopted in 1911. Probably derived from the translation of the Vulgate Bible of Genesis.
注美国亚利桑那州的格言，于1911年采用，可能源自于圣经拉丁通俗译本《创世纪》中的译文。
090. Latin.
Divide et impera.
Translation, divide and rule, or divide and conquer. Notes, a Roman maxim adopted by Roman dictator Julius Caesar, King Louis XI of France and the Italian political author Niccolò Machiavelli.
注被罗马独裁者尤利乌斯凯撒、法国国王路易11和意大利政治作家尼可罗马基雅维利采用的罗马格言。
091. Latin.
Dixi.
Translation, I have spoken. Notes, a popular, eloquent expression, usually used in the end of a speech. The implied meaning is that the speaker has said all that he had to say, and thus his argument is completed.
注一种流行的、雄辩的表达方式，通常用在演讲的结尾。隐含的意思是，说话者已经把他要说的都说了，这样他的论点就完成了。
092. Latin.
Dixit.
Translation, said. Notes, used to attribute a statement or opinion to its author, rather than the speaker.
注用于将陈述或意见归因于其作者，而不是演讲者。
093. Latin.
Dout des.
Translation, I give that you may give. Notes, often said or written of sacrifices, in which one gives, and expects a return from the gods.
注常用于描述牺牲，其人付出并期望从神那里得到回报。
094. Latin.
Docendo dicitur.
Translation, it is learned by teaching, or one learns by teaching. Notes, attributed to Seneca the Younger.
注：被认为出自于塞内卡。
095. Latin.
Docendo disco, scribendo cogito.
Translation, I learn by teaching, I think by writing. 096. Latin.
Dolus specialis.
Translation, special intent. Notes, this concept is particular to a few civil law systems and cannot sweepingly be equated with the notions of special or specific intent in common law systems.
注：这一概念是少数大陆法系特有的，不能完全等同于普通法系中的 special 或 specific intent 的概念。
097. Latin.
Domine dirige nos.
Translation, O Lord, guide us. Notes, motto of the City of London, England.
注：英国伦敦市的格言。
098. Latin.
Domine salvum fac regem.
Translation, O Lord, save the King. 099. Latin.
Domine salvam fac reginam.
Translation, O Lord, save the Queen. 100. Latin.
Dominica in albis depositis.
Translation, Sunday in setting aside the white garments. Notes, Latin name of the octave of Easter in the Roman Catholic liturgy.
注：罗马天主教礼仪中，复活节当天及其前一周时期共计8天的拉丁名称。